Hi, good morning. Today we'll be learning Megilat Esther part 2. Not Megilat Esther, I'm sorry, Megilat Eicha part 2. B'Shem Hashem Na'aseh v'Natzliach. And before I go on, I want to wish a refuah shelema, leda kala, an easy birth, a healthy baby, healthy mommy, to Audrey Levana bat Lawrence Rachel. And refuah shlema to Avraham ben Chana, Shimon Daniel ben Michal, Rafael Chaim Meir ben Sima Chasha, Ora bat Dalia, David ben Miriam, Fortuné bat Esther. And Leilui Nishmat, all the soldiers, the Chayalim that passed away. Unfortunately, Janet bat Esther, Gladys bat Estrella, Machluf ben Nisim, v'chol neshama that needs a zechut. And for all our singles to meet their partner in life, and she is kuli v'not bait ne'eman be'Yisrael. And thank you, Hashem, for all your chasadim that you have done with us and that you will do in the future. May Hashem bless us all in the zechut of this class with beracha, hatzlacha, parnasa tova, nachat, briut, shalom, simchat chaim, chokhmat chaim, v'chol tov. So we may continue to learn and grow in Torah and mitzvot. So please listen to the end of this class, so everyone can become a vessel, a recipient for all most blessing from Hashem. So to recap, Yirmiyahu compares Yerushalayim to a widow who cries non-stop. The tears are on her cheeks. Her friends have become her enemies. So the Zera Shimshon had asked a few questions, and I would like to repeat those questions. The Zera Shimshon, Rabbi Shimshon Michael, he had asked a few questions, and he asked like this: why is it that the answer of the Malachim was not such a great answer to Hashem? When Hashem asked them, who do you love? And then why were they chosen to say to burn the Bet HaMikdash? But we also know that Nebuchadnezzar burned the Bet HaMikdash. So which one is it? Okay, so now to answer those questions, so for us to understand this midrash, we need to look into the Gemara that explains the conversation between Hashem and the Malachim. So there is a concept. The concept is Kol Yisrael Arevim Ze Laze, that all Jews are all responsible one for another. So please keep this in mind, because as we learn, we are going to see how it comes, how it is connected to the Midrash. Hashem spoke to Michael and Gabriel and said, your nation, Ben Israel, have sinned. Why did Hashem say your nation? Because Michael is the one who always defended us, always. Michael is also known as the Kohen Gadol in heaven. We have spoken about this before. On earth there is a Bet HaMikdash. There was a Bet HaMikdash, and straight up in heaven, right above it, there was also a Bet HaMikdash. And Michael served as the Kohen Gadol, and he brought sacrifices. What kind of sacrifices? There's no physical there. The sacrifices really were the neshamot of the tzaddikim who passed away. He would bring them all the way through the seventh heaven, because there are 7 layers of heaven. So he would go through each layer and bring them all the way to Hashem, to the 7th layer of heaven, just like a person brings a gift to a king. And those were the korbanot, those are the sacrifices. So, because of this, when the bad angels were complaining to Hashem, right, about the sins that Ben Yisrael did, because we have to understand that when Hashem created the world based on truth. It set it in motion. Everything was set into motion. Judgment was set in motion. Everything was set into motion, right? So all the bad angels came and complained to Hashem how bad were Bnei Israel, even though they weren't all bad. We had tzaddikim, but maybe a big portion, or maybe whoever sinned, their sins were really very bad, right? So Hashem had to turn to Michael and Gabriel, and Hashem really expected to hear words that would defend Ben Israel, not accusations. But Gabriel and Michael said, Hashem, look at the tzaddikim among Ben Israel. Don't look at the Reshaim. If they would have stopped, I would have said, Hashem, look at the tzaddikim. Look how Ben Israel are tzaddikim. That would have been enough. But the fact that they said, but don't look at the Reshaim, that was already a fact. Yes, they are Reshaim. Hashem could not ignore that anymore. Hashem really expected them to say words of favor, words in favor of Ben Israel. And that's why Hashem said, in that case, all of Ben Israel are going to be punished, the good ones and the bad ones. Because Am Israel is one nation, and we are all responsible one for another. Either the tzaddikim are able to save the Reshaim, or that the Reshaim cause the death of the tzaddikim. And here I would like to explain the concept of Kol Yisrael Arevim Ze Laze, that all Israel are responsible one for another. Chachamim teach us that Ben Israel are called Adam, human being. Goyim are not called Adam. They are called Anashim, people. So what's the difference between Adam and Anashim? It's both human beings, really. So in Hebrew, we say, when we want to say man, we say ish, in singular. In plural, we say anashim. Isha, a woman. Nashim, women. Adam is used for both masculine and feminine, and also for plural. Adam doesn't change, whether we're talking about one Adam or a million Adam. It's always Adam. And that is the difference. It means that Anashim, the people, bunch of people, families, nations. Adam is one. That's the difference between us and the Goyim. That we are one. We are responsible one for another. We belong to each other. We have to take care of each other and love each other. So that's why it's like someone who has a wound. Would it make sense that the mind would say, no, the wound is on the foot, so I don't have to take care of it? Or that the hand would refuse to take care of the wound, or put cream on it, or take care of it? No, it wouldn't make sense. Well, it's the same thing. Adam, we are all part of one big body. We are all part of something. We are something that belongs to one big body. And it doesn't matter where we live, what language we speak, but we are all one. We are all Adam. Therefore, where we are responsible one for another, physically and spiritually. If we can help another Yehudi to learn Torah and improve in his ways, in the mitzvot, we are fulfilling our responsibility. So now we understand why Hashem was so upset with the response of those two malachim. It's like it is also very important to know and understand that when Hashem created the world, again, I repeat again, that Hashem set things in motion. He also set in motion emet, the truth, and din, and judgment. Hashem doesn't want to punish us. He's not taking revenge on us. He's like a father who sees his son playing with fire. And he hits his son, so the son will stop playing with and understand the danger there is in playing with fire. Actually, there's a true story of many years ago, how there was a family who used to, that was before we had central heating, and they would heat the house with a fireplace. And one day the neighbor came in, and so that they had the little girl who was a few months old, and she was crawling, and she told the mother, be careful, she's going next to the fire. She said, no, I'm watching her, she's okay. She said, no, but she keeps on going back again and again. It has nothing to do with you watching her. She should not be going again and again to the fire. My mother said, no. She said, no, you have to give her a little tap on the hand, and then she'll stop. She'll know it was going to happen once or twice, and then she'll stop going next to the fire. My mother said, no, that's not my way. I don't bring up my children that way. And unfortunately, the neighbor happened to be right. Sometime later, the little girl did go next to the fire, and the mother was not near, and she died from that fire. So that's the way it is. It's not that Hashem wants to get even with us, but Hashem wants to protect us. Hashem loves us so much that he did not even allow Moshe, just to give you an idea of how much love there is. Hashem did not even allow Moshe to go into Eretz Israel for two reasons. There are more than two reasons, but I'm going to give you two. One is because of all those people who died in the desert. And if Moshe would have gone inside Eretz Israel, these people would not wake up at Tahiyat HaMetim, when Mashiach would come and would revive the dead. So Moshe had to be buried outside of Eretz Israel for those people. The other reason is that if Moshe would have gone to Eretz Israel, Moshe would have built the Bet HaMikdash. It would have been so holy, Hashem would have had to make a choice. Destroy the Bet HaMikdash of Moshe? Impossible. Who he would have destroyed? He would have destroyed Bnei Israel. Hashem said, it's better that I pour my anger on stones and not on Bnei Israel. So even if Bnei Israel, some of them are going to die, they're going to go into Galut, but they will survive. But if I allow Moshe to come in and build the Bet HaMikdash, then for sure Bnei Israel will be destroyed. And we have the same thing with David. David HaMelech wanted so much to build the Bet HaMikdash, and Hashem said, no, you don't, David. One of the reasons is because it would have been so holy, Hashem would not have been able to destroy it. So now we still have the question, who burnt the Bet HaMikdash? Is it Nebuchadnezzar or is it those two Malachim? So yes, first it's two Malachim, because those two Malachim, when they started burning the Bet HaMikdash, it was not the physical Bet HaMikdash. They burned the Bet HaMikdash up there. Once that was destroyed, Nebuchadnezzar only had to just come and burn the Bet HaMikdash in Yerushalayim. If the one in heaven, the Bet HaMikdash in heaven, would not have been destroyed, then there's no way Nebuchadnezzar would have been able to destroy the Bet HaMikdash in Yerushalayim. But we still have one question. Why didn't the two Malachim speak in favor of Ben Israel? Or what could they have said, right? Yes, they were tzaddikim, but they were also Reshaim. So what could they have said? The Gemara says that even the Reshaim, right, they did give tzedakah. But however, so why didn't the tzedakah save them? We know that tzedakah saves, tzedakah tatzim mimavet. So why didn't the tzedakah save those Reshaim? And the answer is because it just wasn't enough. Their sins were just too big, too serious. But maybe, okay, maybe they weren't saved from death. But what about, could they have been spared from Galut? And obviously not, because this is where we still are. So once again, we learn that Hashem does not want a Rasha to die, but Hashem wants a Rasha to do Teshuvah. And that's why Hashem actually chose those two Malachim, because knowing, he knew that they would have Rahamim on Ben Israel, because they love Ben Israel. And Hashem expected them to say good and not to light the fire. But they did. They lit the fire on the Bet HaMikdash. And we have one more lesson from here. And that lesson is to always see another person, another Yehudi, in a good way. Focus on his or her good midot, or his or her good trait, or her strength, and love each other, so we can have the Bet HaMikdash again. So we'll see you tomorrow.